Hello everyone, this is Christina from Krislana Crafts, and I'm here today to share how-to of how I made this little band to decorate a vellum bag. This is a Happy Mail bag that I created, and I wanted to jazz it up a bit with some lace and sequins. So I created this, which is removable, as you can see from the back, right? It can be removed very easily and used in other projects if you like. Okay, so I'm gonna move this aside so that I can show you what we're gonna do. First of all, we need to create a bag if we don't have one already. And I selected this printable for a bag. It's gonna be in this position, okay? Which I think is gonna be beautiful. It doesn't really matter, you know, the way that the flowers are positioned. And it's gonna be a small bag. It's not gonna be a big bag like the other one. This one was made with an A4 paper, and I just cut off part of the digital. For this one, we are gonna use, it's an A4 as you can see, but we are gonna use just half of it. So I'm gonna trim this off, glue and sew the bag off camera, okay? Okay, so this has been glued together. Now, before I take it to the sewing machine, I'm gonna sew the back here. Before I do, while it dries, I'm gonna use my pinking shears to add a little bit of a detail at the top. Right? Just a bit of a detail. Okay, now I'm gonna sew this, and actually, while it dries off, we can start working on our little lace band. This is a roll of lace that I bought years ago in a local craft store. It's not fancy lace, it's actually quite cheap, and by itself it doesn't have a wonderful effect, but if you use it for layering or for decorating with something, as we're gonna do, then it's all right. So we don't want to cover the whole digital, which is quite pretty in my opinion. So perhaps we could do something like less than half of it, and it will go around the piece, so we can cut it here. It doesn't need to be great. Yeah, we don't want something, you know, too regular. And now we can cut it there. So I guess something like this, you know, that will still allow for us to see the flowers at the top would be enough. Now, this is overlapping. We can leave it like that, or we can cut them smaller so that we have this effect that I got here. I think I will prefer to do this. So I'm gonna cut it around here. Right, I guess this is enough. This will be enough for us to thread the, sorry, I'm not so used to making tutorials. So what are we gonna need for this project? We are gonna need a vellum bag or any other type of bag. We are gonna need some lace, which I'm using this one from a roll. We will also need scissors. In this case here, pinking scissors, but pinking shears, but you don't necessarily need those, only if you want to. Needle and thread to sew your sequins, and embroidery floss to tie at the back. Okay, this is basically what we're gonna need. And glue to glue here and here. By the way, I'm gonna take this to the sewing machine, but this step is not necessary. It's just because I think it adds texture and an extra interest. Okay, so I'll be right back. Right, so there it is. It's sewn here at the bottom, and just checking what it's gonna be looking like. Okay, so I have this selection here of beads. Let's see what we think would go well on this. I guess the most neutral ones would be, if you want to throw in a blue one that I think goes well. Let's see, let's try. Come on, blue. Yes, I think so. So there is another blue one here of a different kind, and this gray one, and here maybe. So I apologize, I'm not very, how shall I say, used to filming tutorials, which is something I actually want to start doing more often. But this may, how about some beads? I recently purchased these creamy ones. I think they are gonna look great, don't you? And some like those brown ones. Yes, maybe. So I guess we can start. If you want something more colorful, then by all means use like you know, pink, as I did in the other one, right? For this one I use pink, I use yellow, gold. You can do that too. So I'm actually quite tempted in using a little pink, because I think it's gonna add, you know, a little something. Not sure now. Shall I? Why not, right? And we can decide as we go along. So let's take all of this off my area, my envelope, my bag, sorry, and this is the area we have to sew. As I fold it on each side, I have a guide as to where I can sew. So this is very simple. I'm gonna choose places where I have little openings. Can you see here? That will hold my thread. And I will start by adding my sequins. Okay, I'll do a few so that you can have an idea of how this is done. I usually, to secure it, I go into the hole from the back again, right, just to make sure it's secure. There again, and then I'm gonna move somewhere. Oh goodness, this is weird. Guess something here didn't go too well, but it's okay. Now I'm gonna choose another place to go, here for example, and I'm gonna add a bead. If I can make it go through my needle, which, yes. Okay, so there it goes, the bead. And I will repeat the same process with the bead. Once and twice. Right, I'm not I can't embroider, and this is not something that I usually do, so please bear with me. Have a little patience because I'm not very good at this. This is, you see, here it's not a good place to choose because the hole is too large. It's better to go somewhere like here. With lace, we often have places where there are bigger and smaller holes, so it's something for you to bear in mind. There. I didn't choose this place too well, as you can see, because the hole was too large, but I guess it will do. So how are you all doing? I know I haven't been very constant on my channel. I have actually had quite a few health problems and otherwise personal problems of several natures, of different natures, and excuse me, and I have neglected a lot my YouTube channel, but I'm hoping to be able to be more active here and more active on Instagram also. some time ago I totally lost my mojo. The only thing I was still able to do, and luckily enjoyed very much doing, was my digitals. I couldn't bring myself to do anything else, no crafting at all. So I'm very lucky that this community has a lot of very gifted, talented people whose ideas have helped me get out of my creative block. I have actually been sharing on bad place to choose. I think I'm gonna go sideways here for a small hole. So you may have seen on my Instagram account that I've been following inspiration from some very, oh, I'm sorry about the noise. I live in an urban area with lots of traffic, and excuse me, I'm full of allergies too today. Today, actually, since it's the third day today. Today I'm just sniffling. But 2 days ago, I couldn't. I sneezed non-stop for. You see, this is not what I would normally do. I would do this. Oh, why not? No, because of the other one here. But as I didn't choose my place, and this is probably because I'm doing it on camera, and you know, on camera everything gets much more difficult to do if you're not used to it, right? How about another bead here? Okay, sorry, I'm silent. Sometimes I feel I have to concentrate. So, as I was saying, some ladies on Instagram and YouTube have actually inspired me to go back to crafting, because, excuse me again, I thought it was gonna be so difficult, almost impossible to craft again, as I was, you know, so away from it, out of it for so long. But here we are. I recently also shared a shaker card that I made following Rhonda's inspiration, which I liked very much. She created such a beautiful journal, full as a design team project for samples, and it's so full of these shaker cards that I just knew I had to. Let's see how it's working. Right. How do you like it so far? I do. Hope you do too. So full of these beautiful shaker cards, and I thought, oh, I must try that. So glad I did. This different blue one here. So glad I did. I received some very, very kind comments. I'd like to thank you if you have seen and commented on my shaker cards. Thank you so much. It's so much encouragement, to see that what you've created has pleased and inspired other artists. So I'm very glad and very thankful. Another bead here. I think so. And then we have a different, oh no, this is not blue, but this is a good one too. It's what do you call it when it's lots of colors? Iridescent, something like that. Oops. Oh, I'm so sorry about this. There is my husband, excuse me, is in the shower. You can hear the noise. So sorry. You see, I don't really have a proper place to work. And this makes my life difficult too. Sometimes I keep waiting for the ideal moment or situation, to craft, to do a video, and it just doesn't happen. So I guess we have to create, and with the tools we have in the situation that we are in. If you keep waiting for the ideal situation or moment, chances are you won't do it. At least in my case here, that's my reality. So I apologize for the noise. Pink. Shall we go pink here? Yes. And then I guess one more of the brown one will do, and we are finished. Please, ladies, never mind my oh, I have to check if this is going. Ah, great. Never mind my terrible stitching. My sister embroiders, one of my sisters. She loves embroidery, and she's already tried, sorry, oh gosh. She's already tried to get me to embroider too. But I think it's just not the thing for me. I guess I need something more dynamic. I guess we'll put just a brown one here and get this done with. So our thread is, I'm running out of thread too, so it's a good moment to stop. And I think there is enough. Okay, now, as I said, I'm no I'm not good at sewing, at embroidering, so please, please don't take any notice of how I go about this, right? I just look for spots where I can get my thread secured so that it won't run. One more, and this is not going to show because it's at the back of the lace, so I guess this is it. We just need to cut it off here, and let's place it on our bag. I think it looks lovely, doesn't it? Whoever sees this just doesn't have, oh, this thread is showing at the front. Whoever sees this cannot imagine my poor sewing at the back. Good business for me. So now we need, this is exactly how I want it to go. We will need, oh, there it is. This, I think this color goes well with the project, so let me put this away first. This will go, for example, here. Can you see? Here, for example. It's good that it's not at the very end here, so that it doesn't tear. I think it's safer to choose a place, you know, like this is like the third hole there. Okay, and I'll also need, sorry, thinking for a moment, I need to know how much of this thread I'm gonna need for a knot, so that I know how much I have to leave there. Guess this will be enough. There. If it's too much, no problem. Same reasoning here. I'm gonna choose like this hole there. Can you see it? Too much fumbling doesn't help. Let's, here is great. If, oh my, there are 6 threads to it, so it does become a little more difficult to thread it. Let's see if we can get it. Yes. Let's see the front, if it's in a good position. Yes, my flowers at the top are totally visible. And now it's just tie a knot here and a bow. You don't need to have a bow. I like it. I think I have just too much of this thread left, so let's see. I'm so sorry for sniffling all the time, but my allergies were so bad the last few days, so bad. I took antihistamine on Friday, didn't make any difference at all. And then yesterday I took another one. So I took 2 days ago, and then I took yesterday again. And today I'm better. I'm not sneezing, but I can still feel, you know, it's not 100% okay. In my location, not exactly in my location, but in Rio, not in Rio, sorry, in Brazil, there are lots of places now with a lot of smoke. It's a big problem. Oh, there it is. Oh, isn't that cute? Let's see, let's put something inside to see what it will look like. Okay, let's just use some paper from a notepad, which I'm sorry I hadn't thought about that before, otherwise I would have left something here for us to test. And so, just so that you have a look, and it's nice also, I think, when things come out at the top. Okay, I found this paper handy from one of my collections, not quite sure which. I'm just gonna fold it here so that we can see how the bag looks with some papers inside. The detail at the top I made with the pinking shears makes it a little bit more difficult to slip something in, but I guess we've been able to do it. There, like so, or no, this is no good, I think. It's too big, too large. So, and with this color here, if you put something white inside, it's gonna look better, even better. Let's do it like that so that we can have an idea. Doesn't it look pretty? So this is it. Thank you very, very much for being here with me today. I really appreciate you. I hope you have a beautiful day, and if you like to try this yourself, I'll be very happy if you tag me so that I can see your creations. Thank you very much, you all. Bye bye.